What's up, guys? All right, so what I want to do in this video, I want to go over trade management, which is extremely important, especially when it comes about helping that along to become a better patient trader. Now, I want to do that by breaking down the trade I took today on US 30. So let's go straight into it. Man, this thing is dropping. All right, so breaking it down right here, what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to go from both. I'm going to go back and forth from the 15 and the minute time frame to make it make more sense. Now, ideally, when I got into this trade, where should I start with? Let me go over here. Yeah, I do like that. All right, let me go back to it right before market open. Just here, minute time frame. Let me go back to that as well. We are over here. Okay, so looking at this right here, I'm going to start with let me break everything down. So ideally, what I'm looking for is where is price going, right? So the first thing I focus on is what is current price showing me for me to even come up with that analysis. Now, I like to go in a 4-hour time frame and work my way. This obviously wasn't here yet, so that's kind of like going to be a little difficult for me to go about doing that like that. Let me go this one. I'll go back and forth that way. All right. So ideally, what am I looking for price to current? Well, what is price currently showing me where it's at, and then ideally where it's going. So based off this right here, right? If I scroll back, I can clearly see that we are not done with this yet. Because of that, I am looking for more buys than anything else. And you guys can clearly see we have a huge push up right now. Based off this, I like to look left to get an idea of where price again is going toward the future. So my ideal take profit, my first one was based off of here, which is 43,750. If you guys look at this on a 4-hour time frame from February 28th at 1 p.m., that's where I have price going. I said to myself, his price was very aggressive, so I actually want to take profit up to 43.9. We went past that, but we moved it to 43.9. Now, all I'm looking at, guys, is pure structure, right? You guys can see literally if like price is not going to just stop anywhere, right? We have to retest a previous point of structure. If that holds, more likely we'll have a pullback to give us a higher low. If that breaks, then we'll go to another previous point of structure as well. So that's the first thing I'm looking at right now. I'm dropping down to the hour time frame to really pretty much capture price before I get an entry or look to see what I'm looking for. So based off this right here on the hour time frame, I clearly see price came up. We have a pullback coming into place. This does not give me signs that price is looking to go down. It's actually a continuation pattern. So now I drop down to the 15-minute time frame to, again, break it down to make more sense. Looking at this right here, you guys can clearly see we have higher higher low, reset the structure. But again, this is not a great trade until we get a break of that support. Why? Because again, you never want to sell into support. You want to have either a retest of support or a controlling candle break and can show you that price is going to continue dropping. So what I did was down to the minute time frame. So this right here is, let me speed this up. Hold on. Let me go here. Let me keep this at 15. All right, you're going there. All right, this is 9 o'clock, 9:15. All right, so you guys know when I play my entries, I actually like to place them around market open because it gives me the liquidity I need. If I do miss that trade, I'm looking for like a 9:45 or about that 10:30 move to let me know what price wants to do. So looking at this right here, right, we clearly see there's no continuation. But again, I'm not going for any sales to get a break of that. I'm not really going for a buy to break it out high as well. If I drop down to a minute time frame, I make it make more sense. This right here is 9:29, right? So looking at this right here, we can clearly see that there's a resistance, how this level is holding on support. You can see that right there, right? The next candle comes up, which is 9:30. We have a nice rejection, but again, there's no continuation to show me that price is going to break out of this. Again, I'm not looking for a buy I'm not looking for just a buy into resistance. I want something to break. And then on top of that, on a higher time frame, we know that all this is London, right? So if you guys are not familiar with trading US 30, there's plenty of times in which US 30 likes to retest London, which would be about that 2 o'clock, that 3 o'clock area of price. And if that does not hold, more likely we'll like to reverse. So again, we can see that 2:30 a.m., 2:45, around 3 o'clock. This right here is all London. So we go back to the minute time frame, right? This right here is 9:30. 9:31 comes up. From this one, we have a huge push up, but again, I'm not really feeling it the way it closed, right? 9:32 comes up. We have a nice rejection. Again, this is a break and retest. Nothing's confirming to me yet, right? I already have my 2 reasons. I have my structure. Support is set, but I don't have my break in. I don't have my candlestick analysis reason for me to go for this entry. Next one comes up is here. All right, so we have 9:33, 9:34 comes up. We have the nice retest from this so we can see. Now, at this point, if we get a break of this, that's probably what we need liquidity-wise for price to continue dropping. However, we don't have that yet. Next candle comes up. So this candle right here is now showing me that price is holding on this. Now, ideally, this is a break and retest. However, I need price to show me that we're going to continue going up. To me, this was the candle right here, right? So this candle right here, 936, is showing me that literally price came back up, came down, holding on this area. And right now we're looking to go up. So again, I like to go from the minute time frame, and my take profits is based on a higher time frame. As I said to you guys, like in 4 hour, my take profit with the first one was 750, which we had it from here. And then the second one, I was taking it to 900, which I'm going to show you guys why I decided to take it up, how aggressive it was. All right, so going back into the minute time frame, I'm going to kind of speed this up, but again, I just want to focus on trade management and how everything makes the most sense. So this right here is 936, 37 comes up, and now we can clearly see with this candle, we are now showing that we are breaking out. We are creating new highs for the day, and again, we should have no problem going to the higher time frame movement of price, which means that ideally that's where our take profit should be. So as this is going up, right now, the first thing I like to focus on, I know there's a lot of traders do this, but the first thing I like to focus on is I put my stop loss in profit once structure is broken. Now, that doesn't mean that, I mean, again, I'm saying this because I see some traders that have like, let's say the entry is like right here, take profit is like right here, right? Let me do something like this. Entry is like right there, take profit is like right here, and their stop loss is still in negative. To me, that doesn't make any sense because when it comes to trading is probability, not certainty. So from that alone, you want to preserve your capital and make sure, like Denzel says, I'm leaving here with something. So again, it just, to me, just doesn't make sense, but I like to just go along with structure when it comes to trade management correctly. So based off this right here, right, my stop loss now is at break even. Why? Because I clearly see this high was broken, and we also have this retest here. We have another break and retest. So now, especially knowing how the Dow moves, we easily come back down, retest over here, and shoot up. So because of that, worst case scenario, my stop loss is literally at break even. And for me, break even is 4 pips. Why? Because pretty much 2 pips is spread, sometimes 3. And then on top of that, like I like to leave, again, with something which is like a pip, maybe 2. So looking at this over here, again, price is going moving my way as this is coming along. Now at this point, at this point right now, I was saying to myself, why is price currently stopping around this area? If we go to the 4 hour time frame, you guys can see this highest we got to right there was 673. If we go over here to 673, let me go to it. Right, 673 is around this area here. So looking at this, we clearly see why price is playing with this area. Now, again, that doesn't mean that price is going to drop. We just understand why we are playing at this area. So at this point, again, I'm looking to see for price to continue moving forward. And again, let's see, we have that right now. Once this happens, right, again, structure is now broken. You guys see that here, 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 and here, right? So now based off this, my stop loss is now based off of this 957 candle. The reason why I decided to do that, and actually shout out to Austin real quick in the Discord. He had a phenomenal entry. He held it. I think he actually had it past my take profit, but his entry was like from last night. So shout out to you, bro. But yeah, so continuing from this, so based off this right here, right? The reason why I chose 957 is because if we look at how this is moving, this is literally like a minor resistance at this point, right? So we just zoom in some more as well. We can see how price came up 955, 56, 54, 55, 56, 57, as well as 58 and 59. We're really holding right there. It wasn't until we had 10 o'clock to break past that. So based off this as well, if price comes back down, we do have these higher wicks. If price comes down, we may retest this wick. We may retest this one. Ideally, if that breaks, I'm going to get stopped out. So it makes sense for me to put my stop loss literally at that point. So again, my entry is here, stop loss is over there. And again, we're looking to see how price is playing out. So as we're moving forward, right, this happens. Now, this candle right here was the reason why I moved my take profit. Because I'm like, there's no way in hell we're going to have an aggressive candle like this and the shit's just going to stop right here. Or the price is going to stop right there. More likely we're going to keep going up. But I just want to keep this here because that was ideal, but I was taking it first. All right, so basically back to this as well, right? So that at this point, this is 10:09. If we go to the 15-minute time frame and we go candle by candle, where are we at? Hold on, I meant to go back on this one to 10 o'clock. Right here. Next one comes up here. All right, this one is all right. So we can see a price is again showing us that we should have a continuation to the upside. Now, at this point, this is 10:09, and I'm just going to speed this up real quick, and you can see how a pullback looks like it will come into place. Again, structure-wise, we get a break from this, and then especially like this area here, I'm going to get stopped out. So again, worst case scenario, I'm walking away. I think it was like 79 pips around that area, if I'm not mistaken, that I had it set for. It was about 79 pips that my take profit. I'm sorry, my stop was going to be. All right, so now price is pulling down. So this right here was actually golden because literally price came right until 957. It came close to it. And at that point, I'm going to be honest, because I was saying in my Discord as well, I was like, I'm getting stopped out, right? I was on a call too, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting stopped out. Why? Because we're at resistance. This candle to me gave it away. However, right, just because I think I'm going to get stopped out, it doesn't mean price is confirming to me I'm going to get stopped out. So like because of that, that's the reason why I did not close that trade. But I was definitely saying like, yeah, I'm really considering closing this trade because at this point, I'm going to get stopped out. But then I said like, it is what it is, right? So like, and that's the purpose of stop and profit. Like it's meant for you to overall like just not like leave here with something. So it's like if you're going to just close trade, you're not really trusting your analysis. You got to do better with that if you want to become a better trader. So literally right here, price came, held on that. And again, at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm really not great until we break up this high. Why? Because again, if you look at this, we're pretty much now at this point back and forth here. All right. So again, trade management, we're going to let it play out. See how it's going. All right. Another rejection from this as well. See how it's going. And it wasn't until, not that one, that one, this one right here. At 1045, I said to myself, I should be good. Let me go to it here. Where are we at? 10:30, 10:45. All right, now continuing from here. At this point, I put my stop loss in profit some more. So I think I raised it up to, I believe it was this candle here. And I said to myself, after that, we should be fine. Price came, same exact thing. All right, we came down a little bit. Structure is not broken. We came up, literally retested a high. Didn't even get to my stop in profit. And after that, again, another one. Once you get a breakout of this, and this is pure structure. You guys can see that literally high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, and so forth. Now, after this one broke over here, let me see, it wasn't until I think we started playing around something. Here we go. Here. Yeah, after this point, I started playing COD, and I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I put my stop loss in profit, and I was just going back and forth, just moving my stop loss up, moving it up. As structure, again, was firming to me going about doing so. But one thing I do want to say, right, because especially with on COD, and they're like, yo, bro, your take profit is about to get hit. So it wasn't until like right over here, and I was like, I'm definitely on AFK. So at this point, I'm watching it. Why? Because looking at this right here, we are literally that close to my take profit. What I'm not going to do, I'm not just going to be like, all right, price came close to it. I come back down and price is over here. I'm going to get upset, right? So when it comes to trade management as well, looking at how much we have left, I look at my stop and profit. So based off that, I'm saying to myself, am I going to stay in this trade and risk that much or not? So at this point, my stop loss is based off of 1138. Price came up as well, and it's about to come because I actually closed this trade. Here we go. It was this one. So this candle right here at 1206, I actually closed the trade. Why? Because price was like 2 pips away from my take profit, started reverse. I'm like, I'm out of here. So based off that, it was a total of 315 pips. The entire time frame of that was around, let me go from here to about 2.5 hours. Not bad. But again, so that right there to me is the best way to go about trade management, because again, like, you're not glued to the outcome, you're really glued to the process. And the process of this is literally letting it play out. Ideally, like moving stop loss in profit as structure is showing you about doing so. Not your P&L, structure. I hope this video was great and beneficial for you guys. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, share with friends and loved ones. Until next time, guys, peace out.